Hello everybody, my name is Super Chicken. I thought I'd give the, Molten Giant, Mountain Giant, Alex Straza, Mage Giant combo deck a go once again. A couple of people have asked me about it, and I thought I'd give it another try. As I've only made one video of it so far, it seems like a good one to play. It is actually one of my most favourite decks to play at the moment, and the only reason I stopped playing it was because the meta sort of shifted away from it a little bit. It seemed not to be the deck to play. It was winning, but not as often as I could win with other decks, and frankly, other decks seem to be doing the Molten Giant thing a little bit better, namely Warlocks. And even other classes were running the Giants a little bit better. Yes, that opponent just saw the Mage and surrendered. That is how powerful this deck is. I will go for game number 2. I get that a lot. No, not quite. I'll take the free XP and the star though. That's pretty good. That guy did actually just disconnect. I assume that what he did, he just disconnected or something like that, or he just started a game and then realized he didn't want to play. If it was actually a disconnect, I can totally empathize with that. I have had a number of computer crashes randomly, especially just running Hearthstone. I haven't actually had it on any other game that I can care to note. Ooh, this is interesting. I actually sort of want to keep a Mountain Giant here, because I might actually get it out quickly. But at the same time, Cone of Cold is the only real playable card here that I might be able to keep. He's probably an aggro hunter, and Cone of Cold might just be exactly what I'm looking for. I think I'm going to ditch it though on the basis that it's too slow, and I'm going to keep the Mountain Giant. I realize like you can play the Mountain Giant on turn 4 occasionally, and which is, you know, that's good obviously, but he could probably just deadly shot it or something like that. This is a little bit of a tricky hand, but it shouldn't be too bad. One of the benefits is that the Hunter often runs a lot of 1 toughness creatures, which we can just instantly Fire Blast, so... and we're not going to be playing into Unleash the Hounds, we're not going to be playing any creatures at all, actually. So, a lot of his cards are a little bit ineffective to our... just sort of our skill set. But it sort of just depends what Hunter he is at the moment, so let's just see what he plays, first of all. Okay. I'm of a mind to just play the Loot Hoarder and attempt to trade here. I think that's what we'll be doing.
Mind if I roll knee?
The good thing about Loot Hoarder is that you can trade off with these 2 toughness minions, assuming this one, of course, stays at 2 toughness, but there are other ones like, for example, I think we actually get screwed no matter what he plays. Oh no, that's the only card that we actually do get to trade profitably with. So I'm going to get rid of this while I can, because that's... bad news. Anyway, as I was saying about Loot Hoarder, you replenish your cards, which means that your Mountain Giants still come out at the speed that you wish them to come out on, which is superb. I think at this point, though, we're probably just going to use Arcane Intellect and then try to jam him next turn. I think that's the play. We're not going to be playing Ice Barrier because we don't actually want the bonus health right now. We want to sort of get below, well, ideally below 10 health before we start using Ice Barrier. And this creature alone isn't really going to threaten us. We can allow this creature to live because it's only going to trickle damage in at about 2 a turn, and that we can handle that. That's fine. So I'm going to Arcane Intellect, see what we get and pass the turn. Also, another thing is that we definitely want to see an Ice Block, and we want to see it soon. You know, if I draw an Ice Block next turn, I'll genuinely consider playing the Ice Block instead of the Mountain Giant. It will sort of depend. More than likely, the Mountain Giant will come out, but it's important. My point is that it's important to get the Ice Block up as soon as you can. That said, though, against a Hunter, they have been known to run Flare, and it's not for mages, it's actually for other Hunters, usually, these days. Anyway, I'm just going to play this and sort of force him to react. I might actually just coin and get rid of that Buzzard as well. I realize that this is opening myself up to a deadly shot sort of play here, but... I mean, I think you just gotta risk it. Hunters only sometimes play Deadly Shot. Okay, there it is. And even when they do, sometimes they only play one of them. So, I think it's usually okay just to jam the Giant and hope for the best. In this case, we're just gonna be playing another Giant, which is lucky. I mean, I realize I just drew that one, but it wouldn't have taken long before we could have played the Mountain Giant anyway. Sorry, beg your pardon, the Molten Giant anyway. So anyway, have another Giant. Shoots it for 4. Yep. That's fine. I think we just pass. I mean, the only thing I'm considering is ice lancing him or him, but I don't think we need to do that. Just to freeze it, but there's no point just yet. There'll be clutch points in time where we will want to ice lance a key minion or a key time when he has a bow attached or something like that. But I don't think that is the time right now. I'm just wondering, do I just hammer him for 8? The problem is I don't have a ice block just yet, so I'm sort of just wondering. I sort of want to Frost Nova and then just hammer away, but I'm not sure. I think I could probably fireball this creature. Do I want to trade? I don't think so. I realize I can do a Frost Nova Doomsayer combo here, but I'm just wondering if I should hammer the Molten Giant into him and then do the combo, maybe? Just get rid of his board. More than like... I think it's yeah. Use your words. I think what I do want to do is sort of prolong the game. I don't particularly want to rush him down right now. So I'm sort of thinking that maybe the Molten Giant into the Savannah High main with a Frost Nova Doomsayer combo to clean up the remnants of that might be the play.
I wonder.
Let's go with that. That's what's on my head, in my mind at the moment. So that's what we're going to be doing. Get rid of this. Cool. I could Ice Lance one of those, but I think I'm just going to rely on Doomsayer getting the job done. He still might have an Iron Beak out to silence this, or he might have, you know, a couple of other things to get by, but I guess we'll just have to see. Okay. He accepted it. Cool. Alright, I think we're in a good position. He's only got 4 cards, and we have nearly double that, if not double that. Yes, we do. I'm just wondering, usually I'd like to see this get a little bit cheaper. I'd like to see an Alex Straza or something like that, but is it worth just playing that now? I think it is. I don't really see any other play here. I'm just wondering, could he kill us in one shot? It might actually be worth playing the Ice Barrier, you know? I'm just wondering. I think I'm going to play this and play Ice Barrier next turn. I mean, if he has some sort of Leroy Jenkins crazy, you know, souped up buff combo and then rushes me down. I have died from a large amount of health. He's wasted that. He should have held that for dear life. Which may suggest that he has another one in hand and he's decided just to use one to find a threat. But, man, oh man. Yeah, I'm probably going to play Ice Barrier now. Knowing that if he does some sort of... if he attacks with this and then double kill commands me or something like that, I die. Which would be no good. I think I'm going to do Arcane Intellect first, though. Just to see if I draw an ice block. Yeah, I think I have to play this and just hope that he doesn't have another flare. Alternatively, I could play Blood Mage and then shoot it, and then I'm left with only 1 mana. No, that's no good. We'll do this. That has to go up. I can't actually attack the tiger just now, so... Let's see what he does with my giant. Let's see if I die next turn. I would imagine that he would have another flare. Like, he was so quick to just burn it off then. Like, he could have cleaned up an ice barrier. But, we shall see. Where's that going? Okay. That suggests to me that perhaps my Molten Giant was... going to kill him quicker than he thinks that he can kill me, which is really, really good news, I think. Okay, so I think I just Flame Strike these 2 away. That seems like the obvious and best play. Let's do that. I can't let him have creatures on the board. I'll just ping him for 1. I do really want to get the Molten Giant and Alex Straza out now. But I think it's also important to not just take, you know, 8 damage on the board, plus any kill commands he may be stockpiling. If he's going to be charging these 2 creatures, I'm going to activate my Ice Barrier, so that in a way I'm actually gaining health this turn. Admittedly, I would normally like to go a little bit lower in the health department. I would love to go a little bit lower so that I get free Molten Giants. But I was a little bit scared of being just one-shotted, one shot killed out of nowhere, which is why I put the secret up there. I think I'll probably just Blizzard this. I will take out 2 cards and freeze the other one. I think that's the way. That feels like it's the way. I would like to be able to Blizzard and Molten Giant in the same turn, though. I don't think that that's going to be happening. If I Blood Mage, I can get my Blood Mage out in a Blizzard. I don't really think that helps, but it just does 1 extra damage on this creature, so maybe I could do... actually, that's not so bad. If I use the Blood Mage, I can also ping this creature, and then when I get my turn back, I can ping it to finish it off without having to use my Frostbolt, so maybe that's what I'll do. And I'll pass the turn. Still has charge, but I'm at that. I think I'm comfortable with 19 health. I don't think he can get me. I mean, he'd have to have, the odds are pretty low. I think he would have to have a pretty good combo of cards, and he's sort of just top decking. Okay, he even opted to play nothing just then, so I think we're just gonna go for it. I think we'll just play 1, 2. I think we'll just put the ice barrier up just so that we don't get killed by some sort of horrible mystery that he may have up his sleeve. We may as well put it up there, I think. We have the spare mana. The reason I wasn't going to use Frostbolt or Ice Lance was that I'm planning to Alexstrasza him next turn, which will take only 4 life off. But it still is a quantity of life. And then I can probably Frostbolt Ice Lance the turn after. Okay, so he's burning through his hand to get this stuff happening. That's a silly play. I'll blast that. And I'll show you how I'll blast that. Okay. This just sort of means that our turns are going to be a little bit slow. I'm just wondering if I can burn him out. If I attack next turn, I could go 3 from that, another 4 from that for 7, plus 6. Okay, yeah. Yeah. The other turn would have been to play Alexstrasza. Anyway, we'll go on to game 3, or 2 if you don't count that first game. The first game against the warrior who saw me and then left. Let's see what I can muster for game 2 then. I don't know. I think the Frost Giant sort of deck is still a pretty good deck. I actually don't ever think that it was a bad deck. It's just that it wasn't the optimal deck to play for a while. And I'm having a bit of success with it at the moment, so maybe it's time to bust it out and dust it off and have another go with it.
You asked for it.
Shaman. I actually think I might get rid of all of these. I don't really think that I would... The Ice Barrier I want later when I'm below 10 health. The kind of cold I can't... I'd imagine he's going to be more mid-range, so that's not really the card that I want to hang on to. The Molten Giant, that's a late-game guy, so let's get rid of all of these. I'd like to see just something that I can... Something a little bit more tangible. Yep, that's good. I'll take the Frostbolt. This hand's much better. Hello. Okay. Let's see what he's up to. There's a few Shaman decks rattling around at the moment. It would be interesting to see which one this is.
Put this apple on your head.
Looks like some sort of aggro list. So here's a question. Do you just Frostbolt this guy, or do you ping him twice? I mean, you can only ping him once, but then you take, what, 3 probably plus another totem, so 4 damage from him before finishing it off. I wonder, is it just worth getting rid of it? I actually am a little bit uncertain. These are the things that keep me up at night. Do I just Frostbolt it, or ping it twice and risk the damage? I actually sort of think that I'm going to risk the damage. Because I have a Mountain Giant in hand, having this Frostbolt means that this is going to come out a little bit quicker. And I realize he's going to hurt us, but taking a little bit of damage is generally okay, especially when we start drawing Molten Giants. So I think I'm just going to ping it twice for value here. Almost certainly means that we have to ping him now, though, so let's do that. I think I'm okay with taking 2 damage a turn. I can manage that sort of speed of damage. He seems to be some sort of aggro. He seems to be aggro. Yeah. I think I sort of just want to. If I don't use a card now, I get this guy out next turn, and he'll probably eat a hex. But I don't really have any other creatures that are going to dissuade him from hexing anything. So I'm not going to use a card and play that next turn. I'm going to ping this guy. There's a very real chance I should be frostbolting him. I'm going to leave it for one turn, play the Mountain Giant, and then start controlling the game. I'm a little bit lucky. I'm fortunate in the sense that I can fall back on my Blizzard and my Flame Strike. All I need to do is last like 2 or 3 more turns. Where's this going? You or me? Okay, that's fine. He's going to burn through his hand. Oh, it's going to be quite damaging, but... Owie. Well, that was a lot more punchy than I thought. I was going to cast the Mountain Giant, but now I can't actually get any of my... I sort of need to put Ice Barrier up, so we're just going to probably do Molten Giant and Ice Barrier. I think putting both of these up is going to mean that I lose the game, because they will attack me and then he'll shoot me with something, so... Is he... How much mana is he locked out for? What did he actually use? So 1, 2... He'll be locked out of 3 of his 5 mana, so he'll have 2 mana left. It means he could bolt us. He could still bolt us and kill us, right? So that's no good. So in that case, here's a Molten Giant. Just wondering if I use this instead. Why not both? Which one do I get rid of? I can probably get rid of this one. Well, not rid of, just sort of, you know, stop it from killing me. Or I can just remove this creature. I think I'm going to remove this one and butt heads with that one later. Freezing it doesn't... I don't know, it's sort of... Actually, you know what? I probably would have been better freezing it there because I could have blizzarded next turn. Yeah, I don't know, but then this guy would have lived by 1, so it's just a little bit awkward.
You shall not pass.
Frostbolt. Oh, sorry. Frost Shock. Do people play Frost Shock? Apparently they do. Yeah, I think I'll just fireball this old chap and remove it. The alternative would be to Blizzard, but I don't think freezing these is all that useful. I think I'll just get rid of this, and if I have spare mana, I'll play this guy. I gotta say, unless he has some sort of like Leroy Jenkins Wind Fury combo, we will probably win this. I think we're looking all right, but I realize he's very burn focused and very you know, aggression. So anything can take me down from 14 life, but we shall see. Yes, you hexed me first. You have to kill this. I don't really want to Flame Strike that away. That seems totally pointless. I think I'll play a second Loot Hoarder and just start getting in there, I think. Yeah, I'll put it on him so I can Fire Blast it next turn and hit him for 4. I think I'll just pass. More than likely he'll Stormforge Axe one of these guys and get my hand size back up. He is top decking at the moment, but that is still a little bit of a scary thing because he can pull out things like Leroy Jenkins and so on. That said, a gigantic guy like this is a little bit frightening. He neglected to kill one of my guys just then, which might have been a mistake. I think if I'm just wondering, like, I can probably just freeze him. Like, if that's a Wind Fury, we explode, so I can't let this guy attack. I think the best thing to do would just to be to Frost Nova. 3, 6, 7, 8. Do I have 8 mana? I do, so I can use Frost Nova, Arcane Intellect, and Fire Blast. I think I'll use Arcane Intellect first just to see what my options are. Ooh, that's pretty good. I can't let him attack regardless, though, so I think I may actually need to stick to the plan here. I guess I could keep... No, I need to... Oh, I could use that instead. If I 1, 2, 3, yeah, it's not doing it for me. I think if I Ice Block and I'll Ice Lance the big guy. See, Ice Lance I could probably use that for the damage instead.
Time runs out on me.
Freeze it, 4, and then bang bang onto that. Might actually work. Change of plans. I guess this happens when you just draw into extra cards like that, you know. Like I drew into Icelands, I think it was, that changed my plan. I had a plan, but then had to change it because I drew into it, which is sort of why I like to do the... If you're going to be using Arcane Intellect in any point of your combo, try to use it first, just in case you come up with something better. I think that was better. Guess we shall see. I think we definitely need to Ice Block and Molten Giant at the same time. So I'm gonna... Sorry, beg your pardon. Mountain Giant. Mountain Giant. Ice Block. We're gonna try and stress his Hex cards out now. He's already used one. We'll just more or less try to stress them out and make him use them. And if he doesn't use them, then we will continue to beat him with an 8/8 Mountain Giant. I think we're looking a lot better now that we have Ice Block up. It enables us to get frighteningly low in health, and that means that we just can't be afraid of a Leroy Wind Fury combo, because if he does do it, we'll live, and then we can sort of counteract with another set of spells or something like that. Yes, he's going for the face option. Very good. I think we just... Do we just Blizzard next turn? I think we do. If I draw a Blood Mage, I'm going to Blood Mage into Flame Strike. That would be even better. Alexstrasza. We're not actually going to cast that yet, I don't think. I mean, alternatively, we could use it on ourselves and go up to 15 again. But I don't think that's ideal. I think we're going to use a Blizzard. Get rid of that garbage. I could even Frostbolt that, honestly, but I think we're just... Oh, do we... I'm more than likely going to use Alexstrasza on myself at this point. So I think it's probably worth just going past him now. We can kill him next turn, right? The problem is, would he run Silence to, like, take the Frost off and then attack me and then pop my Ice Block? That would be very upsetting. I'm just wondering if I should just remove it utterly. I probably should. And the other question is, do I use it with the Giant? I actually think I'm going to keep my Giant. I'm going to bonk him. I'm going to get rid of it. Don't like the look of it. The reason I've decided to do this process is because I'm going to use... Well, sorry, I'm more than likely going to use Alexstrasza to reset my life to 15. And not the other way around. And sorry, not set theirs to 15. It does sort of depend on the next couple of draws, but I think I'd be more comfortable if I had... beefed out my health just a little bit. Okay, very good. Is it worth flame striking? It honestly probably is. It probably is. I could probably keep it though, actually. I can just trade with my Mountain Giant. I'm gonna set this here. I'll trade here. That means that I will die to Lava Burst, but he's already used one on me. I don't know. And it'll stress his cards out. It means a Lava Burst won't be going into my face, which is pretty good. I hate it when they go in my face. What do you reckon about this card, everybody? Farsight. I honestly don't know if I like it or not. I can't make my mind up. I think I like it more than most people, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know your opinions. Things are looking pretty good if he's going to take 16 damage from us. You know, if we get a Fireball, we're looking even better. Okay, so let's just go in here. Boom, boom. I think... get rid of that. I don't really think it's necessary to remove that. I realize he gets that little one extra spell damage, but like with an Ice Block up and an 8/8, and I don't know, I just don't really see it happening. Like, he has a couple of 3 damage spells, which turn into 4 damage spells, and he also has 5 damage spells that turn into 6 damage spells. So, like, the 5 damage spell was going to kill him anyway, and the 3 damage spell still won't kill him. So, I don't think it actually changes his spell capabilities right now. So, I'm just going to pass the turn. I realize I could probably, like, Flame Strike and remove it, but I just don't see it as a threat at the moment. It does clear the path for us, but if something does go wrong, I'm going to want that Flame Strike later. If he gives taunt to that, it could be a problem. Or there. I still think he dies currently. Like, I have 2 of these. Oh, now you're gonna make me use spells to kill you. I think we got him this turn. Let's just see. I'll use this. This will rebirth itself. It will rebirth itself. There we go. That goes here. This goes there. Superb. Alright, excellent. There we go. I think that was, no, I've lost count because I made that stupid joke that I made earlier. Let's just do one more game because I have a feeling that that was my second game. One more game. And if I'm wrong, if that was my 3rd game, then consider this a free bonus 4th game. Why not? Yeah, I gotta say that Shaman deck that we just faced is a little bit interesting. He was running a lot of cards that I haven't actually seen run a lot. Like, I don't typically see a lot of sort of aggro Shaman. I don't know. Hey, Valera, how you going? This is interesting. I definitely want to keep the Frostbolt. Cone is actually a decent one as well. I do want to keep the Doomsayer in case we get... because he'll want to flood the board more than likely. You know what these rogues are like. I'm just wondering if... I don't think I want the Cone of Cold. I think it's just a little bit too expensive. I think we can do a little bit better, maybe. At the same time, like, is it worth actually keeping the Doomsayer, or do we just want to draw into it later? That is a particularly interesting choice here. Because it's quite easily removed once he starts comboing things together with Eviscerate and things like that. So if I just played it naked on the field... I think I'll keep the Doomsayer, and that could be a mistake. I'm happy for that to be a mistake, and I'm happy to learn from it if it is. Hello. End turn.
The pleasure is mine.
Let's see what this rogue can do. I think we'll just ping him a little bit. I think we're happy to just wait until we can cast this, I think. Assuming, of course, that he does nothing. Daggers!
Well played.
There's our other Doomsayer. Let's get some cards. Hopefully we can get a Mountain Giant. A Mountain Giant would be amazing. If I draw a Mountain Giant next turn, I am going to be cheering. That's like, if I could wish for a card out of this deck, that'd be it. Interesting. Lots of stabbings. Unfortunately not. We're still going to play this, and I think we're just going to put the damage on here. I would imagine that he's going to use the dagger on my Loot Hoarder. No one really likes to see Loot Hoarder on the field. they don't last very long. No one likes people who Lord Hoot, you know. If he wants to roll need, then, you know, people hate that. If he doesn't stab me, I will get him. Yeah. Also, at the same time, like, he's just played Blood Mage into my Fire Blast, so I'm not sure what the go is there. Excuse me. Yeah, so here's the question. Do I just jam a Mountain Giant, or do I ping his creature here? I actually sort of think that I just jam the Mountain Giant. I think it's more important to have stuff on the board, you know? We're going to do that. Not much we can do with the extra mana. I really did want to ping that, but I can sort of ping that in my own time next turn. He has hit 5 mana though, so if he does have an Assassinate, it's more or less going to happen now. He hasn't actually played any cards, so he may actually be like a control sort of rogue. I'm not too sure, but this is more than likely... I was going to say more than likely an Assassinate, but because he's backstabbing it, maybe not. Okay. I think that's... I realized that because of his spell power, he was able to do that, but I still think the 2-for-1 trade is okay. Like, we got rid of the backstab, we got rid of the Eviscerate. I mean, that's one Eviscerate not going into our face. So I think that's an acceptable trade. It could have been better. It could have been a better trade, but... So how many cards do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, I really wish they had a number here. I really do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can get one more. I think we'll just pass the turn then. As considering that he's not really doing anything to us. Which is fine by us, because we have a really good end game.
I can wait and fish all day.
Nat Pagel will die to Blood Mage and Frostbolt, but I probably should get rid of this as well. Yeah. They always catch one. Okay, so we're maxed out on cards, so it's time to use them. I'm just wondering, do we use a Doomsayer now? It's actually not a terrible idea. We could Flame Strike it. It seems not so good. I think we do want to do a Doomsayer thing here. Because either he'll kill it, and then we'll take 3 damage, which isn't much. So pushing through that 3 damage isn't the worst thing. The problem, he might draw a card off Nat Pagel, that's the problem. Or we can just go in and kill him now with this variety of cards. I don't really want to use a Flame Strike right now. 3, 4. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of thinking Cone of Cold into Doomsayer might be the way to go here. The alternative would be to Frostbolt one of these 2 guys. I could ping and finish off the other one. Getting rid of that SI agent might be good. All right, let's just do this. We'll go with this. What that does do, at the very least, what this does do is it forces him to make suboptimal plays to get rid of this just to keep 3 damage coming at me or something like that. Otherwise, he will concede the fact that this guy will kill both of his 2 creatures and let them die. But at the same time, it disallows him to do any real action on that turn because he can't play anything, which lets us get one more crucial mana point closer to being able to do Molten Giant Alexstrasza combos. So I'm sort of thinking that he's going to live and activate. Yeah. It's also good that he didn't fish out another card just then. That's good news. I think we're not really at a time where we can... So he's not actually attacking us either, so he might be wise to the fact that we're on the Molten Giant plan, so he might be waiting for a time where he can just kill us in one shot, which is fine. I think we'll be playing Alexstrasza next turn then, more than likely. I'm just wondering if it's time to start pinging ourselves with the Fire Blast. I'm not too sure about that yet either. I'm just going to ping him. We're not low enough to warrant to start pinging ourselves, I don't think. I think I'm just going to pass the turn, honestly. I can't really think of anything that I want to do. Playing Blood Mage, we'll probably just get stabbed and, draw a card. No big deal. We're not going to play this because we want our life total to be a little bit lower. Yeah, I'm just going to pass the turn. Pass the turn, and then possibly play Alexstrasza next turn. What's he up to? I must say, unless this is something that I just haven't really noticed in the meta at all, I actually haven't really seen rogues that choose not to do anything. Every single rogue that I've come across is horribly proactive. Everything they do is try to stab, you know, like rush down, mid-range. At the very slowest, it'll be a mid-range. So it'll be interesting to see sort of what... this would probably be the combo coming out now, I would say. Some sort of Gadget Stand Auctioneer combo, draw endless, infinite, miracle combo bollocks. He's got no mana, though. I will probably bend over backwards to make sure that this Gadget Stand Auctioneer dies. I will literally do anything. Anything. One good way to do this would be to play Blood Mage into Frostbolt, or we could use our Fireball. I think I'm going to do Blood Mage into Frostbolt, though. And the reasoning behind that is it develops our board. We may draw a card out of it. It'll take a stab away from us, at the very least. We will get to draw a card. Hopefully it'll be an ice block. And we get to keep our Fireball, which we can put into his face later on. So I'm gonna do that. That seems like a good option. Got to get rid of this. I believe that card is going to be a part of some sort of miracle combo that he intends to do to us, and we can't allow that. Either way, we'll be drawing a card from one of these two. More than likely, they'll probably even both die at some stage. here's Leroy. The question is, did we just lose the game? Has he got a way to buff this? This could be a Leroy, Shadow Step, Leroy combo, which means that I almost definitely should have put an ice barrier up. Is that 14? 15? What else has he got? 3? Ah, well played. Yep, total misplay by me. Should have put the ice barrier up. Total misplay. There you go. Not thinking. Not thinking. I think that just... What does that do? It means that I am not very good at the game. I think when you get that low and they're not doing anything, one could argue that he telegraphed out to me just then, and I didn't really pick up on it. Or at least I didn't respect the fact that he can do so much damage in one go. Certainly didn't respect the damage output that he could have. Knowing that he can do sort of like... he swung for 14, and he would have done at least a combo and a few extra points of damage there. So 14, 15, 16, 17... He did upwards of 17 damage. So... You know, keep that in mind. I mean, if they're going to be doing upwards of 17 damage, you've got to put that ice barrier up. And I learned that lesson just then. My name is Super Chicken. If you like that, come chat to me on Twitter or leave a comment in the section below. I'll talk to you guys next time.